All week long on 24 Hour News 8, we've been getting you ready for changes to today's race in the wake of the bombings at the Boston Marathon last month. For one group of today's 25K runners, they were in Boston on that day.
And this morning, Mark Thompson is talking live with those people. Mark, what can you tell us about them?
This is a very experienced group of runners. They run quite a few marathons, and they were also in Boston during the time that the Boston Marathon bombings happened. I want to bring in Jason Anderson right now. Jason, good morning. Thanks for joining us. First of all, tell us about your experience out there in Boston and what was that like for you?
Well, it's like it was my first time in Boston. It's a pretty neat experience to be able to get a chance to go there. I mean, that's the idea of when you know the pinnacle of running. So we had a really great group. We had a big group from West Michigan, having a blast. Everybody had pretty good or great races out there. So for us, most of us, myself including, we were already at a room when the explosions went off. So for me, it didn't affect me directly from that standpoint. Probably the hardest part was getting phone calls or text messages out to my family or people that were worried. So that was very difficult. So that was probably the most anxiety I had, was just to make sure my parents knew that I was okay and the people that were worried about us were okay. But I mean, it happened, and unfortunately it's changed the sport. It's changed how a lot of people will view going to big events, and even today's event. But I mean, it's still Boston. We're all going back. You know, we aren't gonna back down in a sense. You can call to something that happens. It's tragic as that.
Tell us about your group of folks that you got out here.
Yeah, we got Brad Prime and Jim Kelly, Mike Wurtelman, Val Petrie, Aaron McGovern, and Lewis Hayden. And this is part of, we all pretty much met through running. And you know, this is what we do. We enjoy the sport. We enjoy the social side of it probably more than anything. For me, I enjoy the social part. They can get you to do just about anything from a 5K, an Ironman, or a 50-miler. It doesn't matter. It's fun for us.
And some of you guys were out there as well in Boston. Tell me a little bit about your experience while you were out there.
Well, the race, everything, it went great. My plan, you know, almost 100%. And then the bombs went off. We were actually sitting in a restaurant about a half a mile away, just starting to celebrate. My wife got a text from her brother asking if we were okay, and so there was explosions. We're just kind of like, what are you talking about? Because the whole restaurant was just filled with runners. Nobody knew. And then finally it started coming on the news, and it was just, you know, it was just crazy after that.
Now, you're also a police officer as well. Any concerns that you had about security for this race?
Absolutely not. I mean, I know almost everybody out here that's involved. I know what's gone into it, so I've not one concern at all.
Thanks so much. And Jason, real quickly, because we're running out of time here, how does running bring you guys together?
Well, I think if anything, it's a lifestyle change. I mean, there's a reason we all run, whether it be, you know, lose the weight, the enjoyment of the competition, and I think mainly for me, camaraderie of the sport. It keeps me healthy, allows me to live a lifestyle that hopefully I'm healthy and for a long time. And the experiences and adventures that I have with my friends is it. That's what makes it fun.
All right. Thanks so much, Jason. Thanks all of you guys for joining us this morning. Again, this is an experienced group of runners. They've run several Fifth Third Riverbank runs before, several marathons. They were in Boston. Just an amazing story that they have to tell here. But they said they're not too concerned about security here. They're just very confident in the police and the staff that we have working the race here this morning. Back to you.